Our next distinguished speaker has launched a revolution of his own and has given a voice to a new generation. A generation ready to rise up against government takeovers, bailouts, unconstitutional wars, infringements on our civil liberties, and a national debt that will crush our future. And so I ask you to rise to your feet and join me, put your hands together as I introduce the champion of the Constitution, Congressman Ron Paul.
I understand we had a few new members sent to Congress, and we have you to thank you for. But I do want to take a moment to take a little special privilege and say we also had a new senator from Kentucky, and we like that too. We don't need to just change the political parties, we need to change our philosophy about what this country is all about. You know, this past week we had a pretty good victory for the freedom movement. We had a vote come up all of a sudden under suspension, and it had to do with the Patriot Act. And the Patriot Act we know has nothing to do with patriotism. They always name it opposite of what it is. The Patriot Act is literally the destruction of the Fourth Amendment. This week I was scheduled to be on a financial program. I've been on a few of those lately, talking about things like the Federal Reserve and a few other things. But I never got around to talking about this program this week about the Federal Reserve because all of a sudden there was a speech being given by Mubarak about his potential resignation. Of course, he resigned today. So that was the subject. Should be about finding the next dictator of Egypt. And I would say we need to do a lot less, a lot sooner, not only in Egypt, but around the world. Fiscal conservatives should look at this carefully. How much did we invest in that dictator over the past 30 years? $70 billion we invested in Egypt. And guess what? The government is crumbling and the people are upset, not only with their government, but they're upset with us for propping up that puppet dictator for all those years. Foreign aid is taking money from the poor people of a rich country and giving it to the rich people of a poor country. Staying out of the entangling alliance in the internal affairs of foreign nations when it's none of our business. Burning. They will not be able to squelch the brush fire. They're burning and they're spreading, and people are getting excited because they're starting to separate it out what true liberty is all about, what market liberty, personal liberty is, and what it means in foreign policy, what it means in our traditions, the American tradition, what it means because the Constitution confirms and confers with what I'm saying. There is no authority in liberty and realize it's the only humanitarian system that existed ever on mankind. I tell you what, if you learn about it, study it, promote free market economics, and fight for this, I can guarantee you, you will sleep better at night, you will enjoy your life, and you will feel like you're doing something worthwhile. Defend liberty!
How's it going?
It's going well. How are you?
Good. What's your name?
Marissa.
And what school are you coming from?
Liberty University.
And who have you been most excited to see or have seen?
I'm really excited to see Ann Coulter tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
And were you here for Ron Paul?
Yeah, it was. It was very interesting watching that.
Pretty exciting, huh?
Ron Paul fans, yeah.
Thanks so much. And what about you? Where are you from?
Liberty University.
Okay. And what's your name?
Zach Martin.
And who are you excited to see?
Rick Perry from Texas.
Okay.
Not Ron Paul.
Are you excited to see Herman Cain? I think he's coming up next.
I think he'll be a great speaker, and I'm interested in hearing him speak. He's actually interested in coming to Liberty University soon. So.
Okay, great. Thanks so much. And what about you? Where are you from?
Liberty University.
University.
Liberty University as well. And what's your name?
Jordan Wilson.
Okay, and who are you excited to see?
I'm also excited to hear Rick Perry.
Okay, so Rick Perry fans here.
Yes.
Excellent. Well, who do you think will win the straw poll?
That's a good question. I hope it's not Ron Paul.
Okay. There's a lot of Ron Paul signs around.
Yeah, they can be a little obnoxious at times, take us away from the conference.
Thanks so much, guys.